This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 7th Annual Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2017. With me today on the program is Stephen Alfers from Pershing Gold Corp. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you one symbol for two exchanges. It's PGLC on the TSX and also on NASDAQ in the U.S. Welcome to SNNLive. Welcome back to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley.
It's my pleasure to have you. Stephen, let's start off with an overview on the company for our audience, and then we'll go from there.
Well, Pershing Gold is a gold developer. We're a U.S. company. Our sole asset is a project we're bringing into production in Nevada. We're a gold company. The name of our mine is the Relief Canyon Mine. We've been able to acquire some 45 square miles of ground around the project. So it is a project soon to be in production with great exploration potential around us.
And you're in Nevada.
We're located in Nevada, good, safe place to do business.
Where is it exactly in Nevada? Because Nevada it's like the home of elephant country in the U.S.
Well, it is that. There are a lot of these many trends, many districts in Nevada. It's a mining jurisdiction for well over 100 years. We're located just a few miles south of the town of Lovelock, Nevada. Easy to get there. Go to Reno, drive about an hour and 15 minutes, paved road to the gate to the mine.
That's what I was going to say. Logistics and all of the roads, you're all set on that, right?
Yes, we are. We're set in many ways. We have a lot of infrastructure there. This is a project that's blessed with a deposit that outcrops at the surface. It's been mined briefly in the past. We've discovered multiple zones of mineralization around there. But the thing that distinguishes this project from maybe any other I've ever seen is that we have a relatively new, fully permitted processing facility that was built and designed for these ores. It's permitted and ready to go. We have the permits to start the mine, and we're now looking ahead to pushing that into production in 2018.
Have you reported resource?
We have a reported resource of including measured, indicated, and inferred of around 835,000 ounces. We have a reserve of 635,000 ounces that was just discussed at depth in our new pre-feasibility study. You can find it on our website. Since that time, we've been pressing ahead with the follow-on work. We've been busy securing the RFPs and the contracts to finalize this project and get it ready to go.
So we had you on about a year ago, and it sounds to me like you've been quite busy. Is there anything else that you want to share with us that's gone on since the last time you've been on the show?
We have. Well, we have been busy over the past year. When we were here before, we talked about our efforts to get ready with a feasibility study. We accomplished that, published that in June, and since then we have been moving that on to the next steps, doing pre-construction work at the project and getting ready for a decision about the timing. We're expecting that to be mid-2018. There is one other thing I want to call to your attention, and all of those out there. We're in Nevada, and in the last year, we've had a change of administrations, and we have a declaration that came from the Secretary of the Interior just in the last 2 weeks. And it's a signal about how friendly the United States is. Nevada is a great place with highly prospective for discovery of new deposits. The Secretary of the Interior has announced that he wants to work the processes and move our main regulators to within a one-year deadline for the processing of the environmental reviews. Never before has the government imposed on itself its own deadlines and tried to move that process. So what we have here is a friendly jurisdiction from the political standpoint. We have our main regulators really focused on moving the process to make it more efficient, and that's really important for a developer like us.
Now, you're a developer going into production, but you haven't abandoned exploration, have you?
Not at all. I mean, we have 25,000 square miles of exploration ground. We've been drilling that as we go along. We've been able to discover new zones all around the mine. We've been stepping out from that project. We've had success there. And in the next several months, we'll turn to the infill drilling that we'll need to bring additional ounces into the deposit. But in addition to that, we have a lot of ground that's not been explored for gold in a long time, maybe 100 years. And so we've been busy with all the greenfields exploration work that you need to do. We've begun to do some drilling down there. We'll continue to resume drilling here now in the fall. And we'll be ready to report some results to you before too long.
What's your background?
I've been in the mining industry, I can hardly remember how many years. I started in the mid to late 70s in Denver, acting for many mining companies. I'm a lawyer by trade. Worked around the world in privatizations. Started my first company in 2002, gold company, focused in Nevada. We merged that through a couple of transactions, and now Newmont has just opened one of my mines there. Since then, I joined with another startup that was coming out of Newmont at the time, Franco-Nevada, and then in 2012 I started Pershing as my next project.
Now, we didn't talk about grade. Do you want to give me some insight into grade?
Well, this is a project that I really seek out. It's an open pit heap-leach operation. The project is in ore, as the old workings are in an open pit where there's ore in the pit walls, ore in the floor. So it's that kind of sediment-hosted, carbonate-hosted deposit, and that makes those pretty easy to operate. We think we're in the sort of high-grade portion of that. The ores that we'll expect would be close to a gram material. Our lower zones of mineralization are significantly higher grades there. But I want to remind everybody that it's not grade that really drives the success of these operations. It's the margin you get on operations. So if you have, like we do in these Nevada sediment-hosted deposits, the grades tend to be on the gram per ton or lower, but the costs are very low. In our case, our pre-feasibility study has an all-in sustaining cost of $802. So we've got plenty of margin in these prices, and this is one of those times when you want to look at the gold price every morning because it's generally full of pleasant surprises. So this is a project that's got very strong economics. Have a look at the economic analysis on the website, and I think you'll come and share that view with me.
Great segue. What's your website for our investor audience?
It is www.pershinggold.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Alfers, Pershing Gold Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbols are PGLC, both on the TSX and also on NASDAQ. I'm Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive from the 7th Annual Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2017. Stephen, welcome back, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate it very much.
My pleasure.